everybody, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a little bit different, probably a little bit shorter than normal. I didn't know if I was even going to go to this race. The forecast for this race weekend called for 107 as a high, so I knew that the air was going to be crap and the track was going to be really hot, and but I did decide to go. I really don't have a ton of data with temperatures and the DA over 6,000 and temperatures that high, so I ended up going. It was a points race and it was just a one-day event, so could bear the heat for one day, I guess. So not a lot of time was spent you know, in the car talking before or after the runs, and not a lot of time spent even in the trailer. We were just kind of trying to find any AC or misters that we could during the day and staying cool, so thought I would do the voiceovers here afterward. The first two time hits went good with the little bit of data that I have with temperatures that hot. The first one, and the car was cool for the first one for the most part, so the data said it should have gone about a 17 and went 11-16. And the second one, that's where I really wanted to see what it was going to do. Data showed that it should have went up to about an 18 or a 19 and went 11-22, so could already see that the weather was starting to slow it down. The car was hot, but also the DA went up about, I'm looking at my logbook here, went up about almost 300 feet in between those runs as well. So we're going into first round. Temperatures now 103 degrees. The DA is at 67.82. So my data shows that it should go about an 11:23, 24 right in there. So I ended up getting paired up against Michael Clement, which is he's a really good racer. I think he was last year's track champion. So I put an 11:27 on the car to hold a few, and see how this goes. In round one, I was 15 on the tree, and the race looked good the whole time. So about a little bit past half track, maybe about a little bit before the 1,000 foot, I started bringing him in. Actually brought him in way closer than I needed to, and actually I just got off the throttle a little bit, and then I tried to get back into it to keep him at my, you know, right at my door basically, and the car stumbled a little bit, so I ended up bringing him in a little bit closer than what I needed to, taking the win by 2 thou. But data that I don't have in this car yet that I really need to work on is I don't know how many, you know, whomps of the throttle or chopping the throttle, how much time or how many hundredths that takes off, you know, per whomp basically. I don't have that data yet, so I really didn't need to bring him in that close, but I also wanted to make sure I wasn't breaking out because I was carrying a few numbers there. So basically just brought him to my door, which ended up being right at my front bumper basically. But either way, I picked up the win in round one. Going into round two, I was the faster car in this round. Temperature dropped a few degrees, but still was above 100. Showed it should go about a 23. I was only gonna carry a few on this one. I was gonna dial a 26. Being the faster car, I thought I would bump it up to a 27. So the game plan for this round is to nail him on the tree, catch him early, and just keep him right at my front bumper all the way through and move on to round three. So we'll see how it plays out. Well guys, we didn't have enough room. Kind of my story the whole year is being inconsistent on the tree, and happened again. I was 094 to his 56, so he had me on the tree, and I caught him later than I wanted to, and I knew I was carrying 4, and I was able to shave 3 off, but broke out by 1 hun. So yeah, really frustrating. All I needed to be was 80 or better on the tree, and I would have had enough room to shave off that last hun and would have had the round win and would have moved on to round 3. But like I said, kind of my story all year is being inconsistent on the tree, so I'm really just gonna have to practice and practice and practice and seat time and work on my my practice tree at home. So that unfortunately ended my day. I was really frustrated, but also kind of glad because I was already had been out in the 107-degree heat all day, so it was kind of nice to go home to some AC. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna practice on the practice tree quite a bit leading up to the next couple of races, and the next video you'll see will be from the Night Fire, which is our biggest race here at Firebird, and it has the biggest payout, brings in the most racers, and also the most, the toughest racers of the year too, being that the purse is good. So yeah, I'm super excited to bring you guys along on that one. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday race, $5,000 each day, I believe, for the pro class. But yeah, so we're just gonna practice that practice tree and nail those lights at Night Fire, and hopefully go some rounds there. So like I said, probably a shorter video than normal and a little bit different, but wanted to put something out for you guys from that last race. And yeah, as always, thanks for liking, subscribing, and following along with these videos. It really means a lot. And yeah, we'll see you at Night Fire.